Tell me if this is you. You're sitting in front of the computer, you want to execute the trade, but all of a sudden the price just goes out of the range, all because you were fiddling around with all those little knobs and swivels and swipes and thingy jigs. Like, why is it so hard? Wait, it's not. All I have to do is press these buttons and then, pow, it's filled in. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Moon and Papa. I have courses on thebettertraders.com where I can teach anyone how to become a better trader. I literally cannot tell you how many times I've said that same exact structure, sentence, grammatically, everything over the last 5 years. It is literally insane. But in a funny way, that's kind of like a preset. I don't have to think about what I'm gonna say. I just know what I'm gonna say because you've said it so many times. Maybe you've introduced yourself at parties like, hey, I'm the crypto guy. Hey, except around November and December, you don't wanna tell people you're the crypto guy because that's makes for some awkward Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner conversations, wouldn't you agree? But anyway, presets are great. This is not a new thing either. Presets are totally normal. I used to be a music producer before I got into crypto, and I used to use presets all the time to help me find some sounds, and then I would work from those presets to find sounds that were really unique and really cool. So I have no problems at all using presets, and the fact is that most trading platforms don't have real presets, but Altrady does. And in this video, like I said, I'm gonna show you exactly how to set up those presets. But I'm going to ask for the order and close a sale. Yeah. Altrady's mobile app is fantastic for placing these really quick orders. Now, to be honest, just be a little bit of a critic, it's a little bit like...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like squished together. There's a ton of stuff. They've done a good job to make it as elegant as possible, but they have so many different inputs. And this is actually where Smart Trade presets really save the mobile app, in my opinion, because all you do is you hit this little magic icon, shimmer icon, and this one is set up to trade a specific trading pair, Flux USDT on KuCoin. So with this preset, if I have an alert to notify me, oh, now is the time to place another trade for Flux, I just pull out my phone, choose the preset, scroll down to the bottom, hit place order, boom, done. Now I can use this preset on any other token that I want to, any other trading pair. And that's the cool thing, is that you can customize all the trading pairs that you want and have presets for every single one. So if you are an avid AB trader, someone that loves doing AB trades like I used to, then this is gonna be a godsend for you, because if you know that you love to trade data BTC or Flux USDT or BTC up USDT, whatever the chart is, you already have that preset. Click on the name, it's already preset to go. So all you have to do is just go boop, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It's fantastic. But since we're already here, might as well just use the computer. So bye-bye. Let's go. Okay, here we are in front of the computer, and I want to show you a couple of things that you need to understand first before we really dive into the presets. One, it helps to have a working knowledge of Altrady. Duh. But thankfully I've made a video. I'd love for you to watch that. 3 things that I love about Altrady. In that video, I'm going to be talking about the Smart Trade Terminal on Altrady. It's fantastic. So watch that after this. But it does help to clarify a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to be treating you like you've already seen that video. So let's just jump right into it. The main things you have to understand with presets, and this is the option right up here, is that when you click it, there's not going to be anything there if you're brand new to Altrady. So I am showing you Binance Futures because we want to take advantage of going long or going short using leverage. So if I want to explore other trading pairs, right now it does say Binance Futures, BTC, USDT, but if I go here to find more pairs, it's not going to show up in my exchanges, because if I click here, or I type in rather BTC, and I want to look for USDT, this is going to bring me back to just regular old Binance, and I actually want Binance Futures. So the way that I fix that is I'm going to select Binance Futures. I'm going to come over here, go into my settings, and I'm going to enable Binance Futures. So to scroll down, here it is, BIFU, and hit save. And now I have BIFU. Again, I can't help it. I'm so sorry. And now we're going to grab BTC USDT on Binance Futures. There we go. So the first thing we're going to do, recognizing it's futures, is we want to take profit real quick. Okay, so we're going to make a long and a short scalp setting. So for our long one, we're going to go ahead and assume that we want to get right in. But what if we actually want to get in 1% lower? Well, we can type in 1%. But because we're using leverage and we're scalping, 1% is a big drop in price action. So let's use something more like negative 0.2. There we go. So that way we're just below, or we could even reduce it to an amount that we make, right? Anything that we do, it's going to save it as a preset. Now, the spend is really important. We need to be careful about how much we're putting into this position, especially with leverage. And because we're using leverage, we're actually able to get a lot more out of what we have available to us. So I'm going to go ahead and use a fixed amount. We're going to use 50% because I'm using leverage. So that way it's going to give me a better experience, better bang for my buck. So I have $160 available. So that means 50% of it's going to be 80 times 10. So I get $800 of USDT to spend, which is great. So that's the power of leverage. The flip side is when we look at our stop loss, and we have a stop loss at here, and we'll do like 0.5%, whatever. That's going to be a possible loss of $4, which doesn't sound like a lot. But the problem is that if we are looking to make a small little clip, we're just trying to make 1% every single time. So the problem right now is that we have a really bad risk to reward ratio. When we're using the preset, it's not going to be one size fits all. We're going to have to use the preset as a starting point and then probably finesse the settings a little bit. But keep in mind that your risk to reward ratio is really, really helpful. So right now I have it set to stop market because I want to get out right away. You could use stop limit, but personally I would use stop market. And we're figuring out where we want to take profit. Just a 1%, that's great. We're not going to use trailing, but you could use multiple split targets. So just in case you get a runner and you want to move this up higher, sure, you can go for something that's a little bit higher, like 3%. And then if that's the case, we could use follow take profit. So that way, once our take profit target 1 is hit, stop loss is going to be moved right up to our buy price. Once take profit 2 is hit, the order's closed, but it'll just keep following up and up and up, which is great. So we can have it set just like this. Now, here's an interesting thing though. We can also place the trade not based off of how much of our funds we have available, but off of the currency balance, right? So this is where things get really interesting. All right, I'm not going to go too far with that, but we're going to stop right there because this is a good, reasonably good order setup. So I'm going to click on the preset button. I'm going to hit add. And now this preset's going to be scalp long. We're going to skip the hotkey for now, but look, all of the settings I have in here are saved. It's identifying where it's going to take profit on target 1, target 2. Here's a stop loss. Protection is on for follow take profit. And then we have our limit entry price is going to be negative 0.14% below the entry. It's going to spend 50% of what we have available. So it's all set and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And then all we have to do is come back over here. There it is, scalp long. Now we can assign a hotkey to this, but we're going to do that in the next one for obvious reasons because it's A/B trading. We can do the same thing for shorting as well. We can use similar settings to create that preset for our short order form. So it's nice, but obviously when I just clicked over to the market, it loses all the settings. So I still have to build it out again. But again, the whole point is not like, oh, I have to build it out again. It's like, well, you build it once and then I can go over to Binance Futures and then I can find a chart that I want to place a long position on for like maybe Wi-Fi, whatever. And then come over here, scalp long, boom, done, ready to go, all ready. And then if I decide, I want to just tighten that or I want to bring it up a little bit, you can do it. Like that's the best part about this is that it gives you the template to start with already. Then you do a little bit of the finessing chart to chart. So that's how you could use it for scalping. So now let's check this out with the lens of A/B trading. So A/B trading is great because it provides you with 3 different trading techniques that you can use. There's aftershock pumps, there's fat finger fishing, and then there's channel trading. Now, channel trading is, in my opinion, the hardest of the 3 to accomplish and really get down, but it can be very profitable, especially when charts are in a sideways channel, when it's just moving sideways. That's why it's called channel trading. So the cool thing about these presets is that now you can have an aftershock pump preset. You can have a fat finger fishing preset. You can have a channel trading preset. Now, I will say that it's going to vary chart to chart. So let's take a look at the preset that I've already created for Flux. So looking here at the chart for Flux USDT, you're welcome, by the way. I don't like sharing charts that much, but I really do need to show this to you so that way you can understand how this works, right? So I've already done this, and actually I just press Control, Shift, and F on my keyboard, and then it automatically fills in the order details right there. So it's already put in my buy order, my take profit 1, take profit 2. It's already preset with a stop loss as well. Now, I don't recommend using a stop loss all the time, but it's pretty amazing how it's just placed it at one of the best spots ever. And again, I can just change it. So here in the settings, I can come down and hit add target, and I can add as many as I want, which is great. I can add trailing for the last target, and this is something that I didn't add before. So I'm gonna come over here to my presets. Now, I wish that I could just click here, hit edit preset, and add the new setting. But the truth is that it's not going to save my trailing for last target setting. So I have to hit add because trailing was not added before in the previous one. So now that it's here, this is going to be new Flex or whatever. And I have to sign the hotkey and reconfigure all that stuff. But you get the idea. It's still nice because you can configure it per chart, per trading style. So if I wanted to attack this chart like it's going to be channel trading, well, I'm going to make sure that I only have one target, and it's going to be fairly tight because I want to trade over and over and over again in a really tight range. So I could have multiple targets, but I want to make sure that I'm taking my profits and I'm not getting greedy with this, because in A/B trading, greed is your enemy. You want to make sure that you're just getting in and out over and over and over, pop, pop, pop. So this would be a great setup. Now I have the stop loss here because, again, I'm using follow take profit because I love this feature. So if take profit 1 is hit and the price comes back down, the stop automatically is there and I get closed out in profit. So it's protecting any profit that I have instead of me waiting for the second one to get hit. And we can see over here, the second one doesn't get hit as often as the first one would. So again, we could also just get rid of that order. Oh, let me go back to it. Here we go. So we can get rid of that second order over here and just work with one. Now it's going to be a tighter take profit target, but that's okay. Like, we want to take profit right away. That's the whole idea, just over and over, bang, 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 and lock in those profits. Okay, so once I'm happy with this and everything is good, then I can go ahead and update my preset by clicking on this button, hit add. It saves all the settings that I have. And you'll see here that there is a key command that I've saved to this, which is fantastic. Now, if you use both a Windows and a Mac machine, you want to be careful to use key commands that are shared across both different OS, right, operating systems. So Apple users stay away from the command key, even though you use it a lot on your Macs. You'll want to use something like Control. So I have Control Shift F here for Flux, which is really easy to remember. So all I have to do is to hit Control Shift F, and then it automatically does it for me. So one thing I've noticed when I'm playing with this, and if I'm clicking in the chart, let me just go to another chart just for fun. If I'm clicking here in the chart like this, and I press Control Shift F, nothing happens. So you have to click on the order form first to take the focus off of the chart. I don't know why, but it's just a limitation I've noticed with this. And once you fill that out, there's no way to take it back. So that's another thing. So that's why I had to come to this chart for injection. I think this is what it is. Because I can't do Command Z. If I want to wipe this order, I have to go through all this stuff and take it out. But of course, it saves it. So it's a little bit like, I wish there was like an undo preset button or something like that. They'll probably add it in. But you get the idea. It's still really handy. So that's how I would set up an A/B trading preset for a chart like Flux. The last one I want to talk about is swing trading. Swing trading is great because swing trading allows you to lock in way more profit if the chart continues to go in that direction, in that trend. With that said, usually swing trading, you're going to have larger take profits and a larger distance to your stop loss because you want to stay in that. And you're also going to use multiple take profit targets. So let's go back over here to Altrady, and we're going to build a swing trading preset for Bitcoin. At the chart here for Bitcoin on KuCoin on the 1 hour time frame, we have to zoom out a lot more for swing trading. We don't want to be zoomed into the 1 hour. We want to be looking at the daily time frame, or even better, the weekly time frame. The reason why is because we want to have a longer time frame for our trade. That's the whole purpose of swing trading. It should take longer than 1 day. So we need to make sure that we're zoomed out so we can catch that move. So let's look at Bitcoin for a possible entry. So if we think that the price of Bitcoin is going to go up higher, which at this current point, I don't think it will personally, but that's another thing altogether. We're going to go ahead and just build an order right now. Now, if this is a swing trade opportunity and we want to be patient with it, we should probably look for an entry, and it's reasonable to put that entry about 5% lower than the current price because you want to catch that dip. You're expecting a dip to happen, so 5%, anywhere between 2 to 5%. So we'll put 5% on the extreme side. The spend, we're going to wait on that in a second because we're actually going to use the stop loss to help us determine the percentage that we want to use off of our account. So let's do that first. So down here, we want to risk a percentage of our currency balance. If I'm using 10% of my currency balance, I have 3,724 here. So it's showing me that my expected minimum profit, sure, is going to be $330 based off of this 10%, or sorry, not even 10%, 3% take profit target. But my stop price right now is arbitrarily set to 8%. So if I set my stop price a lot lower, something like this, 28%, and I change this to 10%, there we go. It's going to update all this stuff. So I can lose a fair bit of money. My possible loss is going to be $372. Gasp, it's 10% of my currency balance. If I set it to 1%, guess what? We move a decimal. So now my possible loss is $37. So this is a really bad risk to reward ratio, by the way. And we want to make sure that we are using not just one take profit target, but multiple. So let's build this out with a lot. And we're actually going to use a scale to do this. So we're going to use a take profit scale of 8 different values. And we're going to set this size scale to linear. So we're selling more as the price goes up, except let's actually do it linear reverse. So we're selling more and then we're just scaling out as the price goes up higher. So that's a good looking order. And then we want to have a little bit more of a generous stop loss like that. So now we're looking at a risk to reward ratio of 4.38. So if I increase the amount of funds that I'm willing to risk like this, then yeah, it's going to mean that my expected minimum profit is going to increase because that means that it's going to increase the spend. You get it? So it's all connected to this value right here. Another thing is sometimes on our swing trades, we miss the entry because the price shoots up. So I want to do that. I want to do a time-based expiration. So I'm going to place this order, and if in 1 day it hasn't hit, then it's going to cancel out the order and it's going to expire. So I would really love to see price-based expirations here. This would be even better. For instance, if the price comes up here and it just moons and it hits my target, I don't want to buy because it's already made its move, right? But the problem is that the time-based expirations, if I come here to hit add, we don't see the time-based expiration. All we see is we have the time frame day, but we don't see the price-based expiration, unfortunately. Hopefully that's going to be added because that one is a really cool feature. But for now, we have this set. So this is now our BTC. We'll just say it's a swing trade preset. And now we're going to use a preset. So we're going to do Control-Shift-S. So be careful because you don't want to have conflicting preset commands like that, right? You might want to use something else too. I don't know what I'm going to use, but we're just going to use Control-Shift-S. And there we go. So now I'm going to hit save and it's set. So it doesn't place the order. It just means that this is the preset. So if I go to Ethereum and I go to KuCoin Ethereum like this, and I want to place my order right here, I click over here, Control-Shift-S, automatically places the buy order where? 5% below the current price. Has the take profit ladder, but notice it doesn't have the price-based expiration because it's not part of that preset order form. It's great that it exists, but It's not there yet. Interestingly enough, though, when I enable it, it's set to that value of 4.36% or whatever. It's right below my take profit target, exactly where it was for Bitcoin. So I think the logic is there. It's just that checkbox doesn't show up. I hope that your mind has been blown by the preset ability here on Altrady. And like I said in the video, presets are fantastic because they help you to save time. You don't have to scramble to the computer and try to enter in all those complex order settings. You just use a preset. Not only do they save you time, but they help you to become a more profitable trader. And the fact that you can use hotkeys when you're in front of your PC or your Mac or whatever, that's gonna save you a ton of time too, where you don't even have to click. You just press those 3 keys and then boom, you got your pre-filled order. So if you're still on the fence about Altrady and you're someone that's used Pionex for a long time or 3 commas, I have a video that I'd love for you to watch. It's this one right here. In this video, I talk about the reasons why you might want to look into Altrady, 3 commas, or Pionex, the differences between all 3 different platforms. It's a fantastic video. I would love for you to watch that video next. And even more than that, I want you to let me know what you think of Altrady presets down in the comments section below. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.